Hello guys, in this tutorial we want to make an AI chatbot in a Flutter framework with using OpenAI API key. For this purpose, first we have to go to the OpenAI website and API keys page and create a new secret key in this address and use it and import it to our Flutter environment to in order to call request to OpenAI website. First, in VS Code, we make an API.dart file and import our API key to this file and save it. Then we will start to write our main.dart file. Here we paste the key and then we start the main.dart. First we have to create a void function and call the runapp class and name the class chatbot app. It's an arbitrary name, and we have to import the material package here in the first line. Then we start to write a stateless widget that called chatbot app like above, and in the last line we have to return a material app class, and we have to assign the debug check banner to false to remove the red banner on the top of the screen, and assign the home a class called screen. Then we start to write another widget that is state full widget, because we have to change our state when we call requests. And yes, this is our stateful widget, and here we start the main codes. First, in this class we have to define or assign API key and import it as a final string variable. And for this reason we have to import our API.dart file to this main file, and this we have error here. I forgot to put the parentheses, and okay, let's move on and continue to our other variables. After define our API key, we have to define a text controller and call it a controller, and assign a text editing controller object to this variable, and we will use it later, and I will explain it to you how we can use this controller variable. And finally, we have to define another variable that is a list of strings, and we use this list to put our messages in it, and we name it messages, and initially we put it in an empty list. We assign it an empty list, and later we fill it with some strings. Okay, now let's do define our functions. The functions that we need firstly is a future functions, because we need a function that call request to OpenAI website, and for this purpose we have to use the future function, since it takes little time to call requests to the OpenAI website, and we need to use future and as well as async and await functions. And in this function, first we define a variable called the user message that takes the text from the controller that we have defined before, and this variable take the text from the screen that we will describe later. Then we have to write a conditional statement, and in this conditional statement we use our user message, and if the user message is not empty, it means we have a message in the user message box, then we have to change the state of our function and add the message, add this user message to our messages list that we described before. And we have to use, not we have to, but it's better to use this kind of syntax. So in our robot we can see when the user is talking or typing and when the system is responding or the bot is responding. So put this user message in a string, and after the word "u", and add it to our empty messages list. So after take the user message and put it to our list, then we have to clear the screen or clear the controller in order to have the space to add another message. So we use a controller that clear. As I said before, we will define the controller and describe it later, that where it is. And finally we have to call request to OpenAI website and its URL using URI.parse method, and we have to use the OpenAI manual and the orders and details that explained there. And this is the link we have to call to it with our API key and put it in this URL space, and after that we define the response variable and use the HTTP method to call a request using post method and to this URL. Okay, I hope you got the concept, and we have to put await before this call request for a little time that takes for us to call request to the OpenAI website. And we have to use HTTP class in pub.dev and install it on our device in the public.yaml file. And after that, I did this before, so I already have the HTTP package in my Flutter framework. You have to install it using the public.yaml file, and as well as importing the HTTP package to our file with this import function and package that HTTP .dart. Okay, I suppose it's correct, and as you can see, the error has gone, and after all, we have to use the predefined syntax that the OpenAI website ordered us, and first we have to put the headers like the syntax that has been shown in the OpenAI website. I copied the text from the OpenAI website and define the content type as application slash JSON, and you have to separate the string into two separated strings. You have to use the syntax, otherwise it's going to happen an error. Then after headers, we should define the authentication and use our OpenAI API key. As before, we have to separate the string here as well, and Okay, I have a problem here. What's the problem? I think I forgot the okay, I forgot the comma here, and I corrected it, and then we have to define our body. After authentication, we have to define body and use a JSON encode, since our object or API is a JSON file, as you can see. So we have to encode it and then send it to the OpenAI website. And moreover, we have to copy the syntax we see here. Okay. And in the content that that is defined here, we have to put our user message instead of the content that has been placed in the OpenAI page as a defined text, since this is a variable and every time it will change. So we put the user message here. We have error in here, since I forgot to correct the name of the API that I saved before. And okay, and temperature is 0.7, and the temperature is define the randomness of our model, and it's not important now, but I think all the codes are written correctly, except the HTTP that still has error. I don't know why, but let's continue, and in the end I will fix the error. Okay, so until now we send a request with OpenAI key to the OpenAI website, and then if we take the correct response from the website, then we can move on. Otherwise we will take an error, or we can't find, or we can get a response from the OpenAI. So we have to use this conditional statement, and say it if the response status code is equal to 200, it means that the request has been sent correctly and the OpenAI website responded us correctly. So then we can use this response and decode it with JSON decode function, and the body of this response should be decoded and send it as a message to the user. And these details that I am writing is because of the structure of the syntax of the JSON response that we'll take from the OpenAI website, and we can see these details in the OpenAI website. I will show you a few seconds later. And after all, we have to change our state with the setState class, setState function, and add our bot messages that is the same response that OpenAI sent it to us. OpenAI sent to us, and add it to our list messages. We can name the variable response message, and this response message we will add it to our list. So we had a user message, and then we have here a robot message. Okay. Okay. And otherwise, if we cannot take the proper feedback or proper response from the OpenAI website, we can show an error to the user. So the user will be informed that the website, OpenAI website, did not respond correctly. So we put an error in front of a bot, and I suppose that's enough for informing the user. And let's take a look at the HTTP package I imported before and what's wrong with this package since we have an error. Okay, I forgot to put the name of the imported package as the HTTP, and then we have another error here. So what's the problem? Let's take a look. I think I spelled it wrong. Okay. Okay, all the errors gone. Let's review code we wrote. As we can see, first we defined our variables in this state, a full widget class and an API key, a controller, and an empty list. Then we wrote a future function that can send a message to the OpenAI website with the OpenAI key. First, we add our user message that we took from the controller screen that we will define later and put it on our empty list called messages. Then we send a request to the OpenAI website, and with this predefined syntax that OpenAI website defined for us. And then we took the response with 200 status code from the OpenAI. If the response would have been sent correctly to us, then we have to look at the details of the choices list. And as you can see here, this is the details of the choices. It's a model, but I suppose it's in the other section. Okay, as you can see, choices have a list message in it, and there is a content, and we have to put list in another list to take the correct and final response and put it to our messages. You can see the details in OpenAI website. And let's enter the last part of our chatbot, that is a UI part, and we will build it with build widget. And this is the UI and interface of our app, and we are in Flutter, and we return a scaffold that is a scaffold of our screen. The scaffold has two arguments. First, an app bar widget that takes a title, and we can call it a chatbot app or something like this, and use text widget and put the name of our app and title of our app in this title argument. And okay, GPT Chatbot could be a proper name. Then we have to, after the title, I think okay, let's put the title in the center part using center title and assign it as true. It's a boolean. Then after the app bar closed, we have to go to body part of the scaffold, and in this part we need a column, because we have two parts vertically. So we use column and give the two parts in the children part of the column. The first part is list view, since we have to put the answers and chats in this box. And list view has this option to scroll on the screen and never being ended. And this is a proper widget for the chatbot app, and it's usually used in these situations. And list view has a item builder and item count. Item count is the length of our messages list. It's the length of list view that is equal to length of our messages list in order to scroll all the messages in our screen. And after that, the item builder takes context and index, and the return the text that is in our list, and that is a messages with the defined index, such as messages with the 0 index, messages with the 1 index, and go on. So we can return the messages list with the defined index and put it in a text or widget as a child of the list view. Okay, and we can put it in a padding for the padding we need in all part of the boxes for being more beautiful and ordered. And after that, after defining this box, and it's the top part of our screen in our chatbot, we need a small box in the bottom part that we can take the user message. And this is the important part of our application, since this box takes the text from the user, and this is the point that we need a controller. The controller object takes the text from this box and send it to the OpenAI website. So we need a row that in the left part there is a small box to write a message, and in the right section we need a button to click on it and send a message to the OpenAI website. So we need the row and we use text field and put the controller in it, and we use input decoration to show a little message to the user, type a message, and then we need the button. I wanted to run the application once to show you the interface of the application and our chatbot, but we took an error. Okay, I suppose I had a little writing problem. I correct it, and I run the application on the Chrome device, so we can take the response sooner and faster. And the application is running and launching, and it takes a little seconds. since it's first time for our app is running. Okay, I got some errors, so I decided to complete the code and after all run the application again. As you can see, I added an icon button with the send icon. Use icon button widget and assign the unpressed argument the send message function we defined before. And when the user press the send icon, we call the send message function and sending the user message to the OpenAI website. Okay, so let's review our code, and we have two children for the row widget. First is the text field with the text controller, and then a send icon for sending a message to chatbot or OpenAI website. Okay, app is launching, and finally we can see our app is running, and we send a message, you call hi, and the robot respond us, hello, how can I assist you today? And we send another message, and we ask what is Flutter, and the chatbot, our GPT chatbot, responded to us correctly with these details, and this was a simple GPT chatbot we built with OpenAI API key and in a Flutter framework. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I put the link of the code in the description. I will see you in next tutorials. Have a good day and goodbye.